What happens inside the Sun? Inside the Sun is the exit of a black hole that located in another universe. The black hole created in the collapse of a star in another universe with a tremendous time distortion between the two universes, injecting stardust into the Sun in two opposite directions. When stardust is injected into the Sun, in two opposite directions, four things happen at the same time. First, when gases are injected into the Sun in two opposite directions, they heat up very fast and their volume increases rapidly, which becomes two bubbles in the Sun. The second thing, the mass of stardust, which contains gas and fuel, burns in the bubbles which are in the Sun. The third thing, burnt gases are emitted from the bubbles, through the black hole, back to the universe where the black hole is located. The question is, are the bubbles in a steady state where gases and fuel keep the bubbles inside the Sun, or do they, disconnected from the black hole, float to the surface of the Sun and then a new bubble are created? From the observation of the Sun, we see a lot of activity on the equator of the Sun. The bursting energy is actually bubbles full of stardust that has gone through a fusion process. According to the amount of energy bursts, there are a lot of bubbles exchange. Before we get to the fourth phenomenon, let's take a look at the Sun's magnetism. The Sun is characterized by magnetic polarity, North Pole and South Pole. This means that there is an electric current flow inside the Sun which creates the magnetic flow. In addition, the solar equator is characterized by increased magnetic activity. So there is one only clear conclusion. Inside the Sun there must be a process in which electricity is produced and electric current flows which generate the solar energy. So here is the fourth phenomenon, in which the solar energy is produced. In some way, the stardust which is created from the star in collapse, and comes out in two opposite directions, create bubbles that are charged with an electric charge with plus and minus opposite to each other. The phenomenon of a mass charged with positive electric energy and a mass charged with negative electric energy contained in a liquid is a well-known phenomenon that causes water heating and metal to electric fusion. In the Sun, two blocks of electrical charged mass, creating an electric fusion. The masses with the energies creates short circuit in the Sun and creates an electric fusion between the bubbles. The question is, are the bubbles that are filled with compressed stardust, with electrical energy is generated by electric fusion even after they have been cut off from the black hole and while they are floating on the surface of the Sun, or does fusion occur only while the stardust is injected into the bubbles? First, there is electrical fusion inside the bubbles because we can see it when the bubbles are floating. Second, the electrical energies that are created by the stardust and create bubbles in the Sun can be generated by chemicals similar to the chemicals that make up the electric battery. Third, it is possible that there are electrical voltage differences on both exits of the black hole, which stardust becomes charged with significant electrical voltage difference and serves only as an electric fusion energy storage tank. Of these claims, the argument that an electrical voltage difference that exists in the two black hole exits and stardust only serves as an electric fusion energy storage tank of the black hole is more acceptable. First, if there was electric fusion between the bubbles as the bubbles floated, we would see electric fusion on the surface of the Sun between the fusion bubbles. Also, if there was an electric battery phenomenon with chemicals similar to a chemical composition that creates the electric battery, we would see electric fusion between bubbles with fusion on the surface of the Sun. The only conceivable option is significant electrical voltage differences occur in both exits of the black hole and stardust where mass and high-pressed bubbles serve as mass with electrical fusion heat, which create the solar energy inside the Sun. Just like an electric filament. The power of the electric alone does not generate the heat of electric filament. Only when power of the electric connected to electric filament then creates the energy of the heat. The two bubbles that going through the process of electric fusion, which are bubbling to the surface of the Sun, generate the Sun's energy. The corona phenomenon of the Sun, which is 300 times hotter than the surface of the Sun. Because there is an electricity generated from stardust and because there is an electromagnetic phenomenon in the Sun, and it well known that microwave operation is generated by electromagnetic activity, therefore, The corona heat phenomenon of the Sun is generated and produced by microwave waves which occur inside the Sun and which would not occur without external electrical energy. This is how the phenomenon of solar magnetism is created in the equator of the Sun. This is how the phenomenon of solar polarity is created. So, this is how solar energy is produced.